Wolverine 59 of Gamers X here. So, Backlash was on Saturday, and, okay, it's kind of, as much as I like the less is more, way of things when it comes to the smaller pay-per-views, you know, the smaller pay-per-views, like Backlash itself. I, I wish there was at least another match on the card, and there wasn't. I mean, they could so much have easily put a tag team, like, where it'd be, yeah, wait, no, I was gonna right then there say the women's tag team, but we know that Liv Morgan's shooting a movie right now, so we're not gonna get that. But what they could have done was at least put the Raw tag titles or the SmackDown tag titles up for grabs. I mean, five matches wasn't a whole lot, and it felt, the presentation kind of felt like it was more like a Monday Night Raw. Well, no, like a 2-hour SmackDown. You know, it felt like that, where it's like, okay, how come there's 5 matches on here? Like, it felt like a 2-hour SmackDown without promos, without any segments thrown in. But it's not to say that the main event wasn't good. The John Cena Randy Orton match really lived up to the hype, even though they put a bit they put a little too much into it, but that didn't, like, if anything, if this was to close out anything John Cena was gonna do, this was it. Dominick Mysterio and Penta went good. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch was something that we definitely needed to see, but I know they're gonna stretch out. At some point, Bayley's gonna come in, and thing is, I want to see face Bayley versus Becky Lynch. I don't want her going heel just yet. She's still getting a lot of the fan base. In fact, on Chris Van Voigt's podcast, she's kind of feeling like she's being underutilized, and for the most of the year I kind of agree. So the way I see it going in, let's say Becky injures Lyra, Bayley comes in, and it's basically like maybe somewhat like how we were having with Bianca Belair, Nia, I was gonna say Nia Jax, Naomi. Both their names start with the letter N, and I was, so okay. Naomi, Bianca Belair, I know her name. What was her name? Sorry, I know it by heart. How am I blanking on it? Mm. Wait, uh, okay, Bianca Belair. I'm gonna try Bianca. I should know. How am I blinking on the name? She was on AEW, and how am I not? Jade Cargill. How can I blank on Jade Cargill? Anywho, have that match. Not that match, more like somewhat that storyline, but more so Bailey's the Jade in this whole thing. Becky is Bianca, not Bianca, sorry, Naomi. Lyra, I know it'd be way, like, that's a bit too much of a copycat, but whatever. But, or at least have Lyra go during Becky's promo and go, like, basically, you're not the only one that well, no, I'm not the only one that you pissed off. And then all of a sudden, Bailey comes in and starts going aggressive on Becky Lynch. I mean, that will work on so many fundamental levels. So, okay, then we had the Fatal 4-Way, Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, L.A., not, yeah, that was horrible. And what was it, Drew McIntyre, L.A. Knight, Jacob Fatu. There was somebody else, right? I should know this. I was watching the pay-per-view. I'll say pay-per-view and not premium live event, because that's the only way my brain's gonna remember. So, anywho, okay, Backlash. Okay. So, okay, the event. Oh wait, here we go. Results. Okay, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. How can I not know this? It's been a couple of, wait, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, oh man, I'm way off. Anywho, I mean, Jeff Cobb was there. I mean, it was good for what it was, but I knew right away that Jacob Fatu was gonna have this. Gunther, Pat McAfee, that was good. I mean, it was okay, but it was okay. I mean, I get the story that they're trying to tell, but at the same time, it's like, why put Pat McAfee out there? So, I mean, we could have had a Jey Uso match. You know, you could have had Jey Uso match. We didn't get Jey Uso. There has to be something with these pay-per-views that need to not expand, more like, okay, when you watch AEW, they put way too much, like, for one thing, I'm kind of glad that they chose somewhere you could actually watch. I mean, okay, I get Amazon Prime Video, okay, that could work. However, don't put at $50, okay? Put at least at 20, or at least somewhere lower. Not too low, but at least low enough for anybody to watch it. But they kind of overdo low on how much they put. But when you watch something like this, like, on one hand I get it, we just had WrestleMania 41, and it neat, not that neat. Like, it should have been this coming Saturday to have the pay-per-view. That way more could breathe out, and that way there's something. But at the same time, it's like, okay, why have just 5 matches? But like how Vince kind of handled things. But I did enjoy what was there. The matches were stellar, but for the smaller pay-per-views, you need to at least put a little bit. Don't try to stretch out the match. That's the thing. Like, as much as I love a fatal 4-way, don't try to overcompensate on it. Don't go too much. Like, okay, when I was looking to see who was in the fatal 4-way, right away was when I saw the length of the match, it was 17 minutes 55 seconds. Maybe tone it down a bit. The pre-shows need to, I like the analysis, I do, but I kind of miss when they will bring in somebody. Like, that was like perfect. Like, okay, you got Kevin Owens fighting the top of my head, Kevin Owens is fighting he's fighting Seth Rollins, Seth being the face, Kevin being the heel, Kevin being on the panel and say how much he thinks Seth Rollins is weak and I'm gonna give him I don't know I'm trying to spitball. Basically, okay, he's gonna say how weak he is. He's gonna go in the ring, do full I don't like last ride or whatever, which I wouldn't mind. This might be an unpopular opinion. I wouldn't mind that he does the last ride. Or was that that one Undertaker move? I could be wrong. Anywho, and then 1, 2, 3, like, like that. But other than that, I'll just give it a 5.4 out of 10, just because they need to start when they're doing WrestleMania, and yet they're gonna put a pay-per-view like a few weeks. That's not good. Just put it at another week, and then boom, you got something. So be sure comment, share, subscribe, click the notify bell for all notifications. Wolverine 59 of Gamers X is signing out with Large or Card. Have a good one. Gamers X, yeah.